Every successful technopreneurship begins with one simple truth. No matter how advanced your technology is, it means nothing without customers and markets. In the world of innovation, technology is only the tool, while people, their needs, and the market around them are the real driving forces. Let's start with the customer. In technopreneurship, a true innovator doesn't begin with the product. They begin with people. They don't ask, what can I build? They ask, whose problem am I solving? Understanding the customer means stepping into their world, seeing what frustrates them, what slows them down, and what they secretly wish could be easier. It's not just about selling, it's about solving. Every product starts with a pain point. Maybe a worker who spends hours doing something manually. Maybe a student who can't find learning tools that actually help. Or maybe a small business struggling to keep up with digital changes. Each of these stories is where innovation begins. That's why technopreneurs spend time defining their audience. They segment customers into groups, identify who feels the pain most strongly, and focus their energy there. They create something called a buyer persona, a simple human description of their ideal user. Not just numbers or statistics, but real people with real emotions, needs, and habits. When you know your customer deeply, you stop guessing and start creating value. That's how meaningful technology is born. But knowing your customer is only half the game. The next challenge is understanding the market. The market is the battlefield where ideas compete, evolve, and prove their worth. Even the most brilliant idea will fail if the market isn't ready or if the audience doesn't see its value. That's why technopreneurs analyze how big the opportunity truly is. They ask questions like, how many people need this solution? How many can actually afford it? And how many are willing to try something new? In business terms, we call it TAM, SAM, and SOM, the total market, the reachable market, and the realistic market share you can capture. This isn't just theory. It's the difference between a dream and a strategy. Beyond size, there's movement. Markets are living, breathing systems that constantly shift. Trends in technology, lifestyle, and even government policy can completely change what customers want. A good technopreneur doesn't just follow trends. They anticipate them. They ask, where will the market move next? And how can I be there first? And of course, no market is empty. There are always competitors, direct or indirect, old or new. Understanding them isn't about fear, it's about awareness. If someone else already offers a similar product, what makes yours different? Is it faster? Simpler? More human? Your position in the market is your voice. It tells the customer why you're worth their attention. Technopreneurship is not only about creating technology, it's about creating meaning through technology. That's why the bridge between customers and markets is so crucial. When you connect both sides, you move from invention to innovation, from just making something to making something that people truly need. Think of how startups like Grab, Gojek, or Tokopedia began. They didn't just create apps. They responded to real pain points, transportation, delivery, and accessibility. They understood customers first, then mastered the market later. And that's what makes technopreneurship powerful. It teaches us that technology doesn't lead, people do. The best innovations are built not around complexity, but around clarity, the clear understanding of who you serve and why. So, when you start your journey as a technopreneur, remember this. Technology gives you wings, but customers and markets give you direction. Without them, you might fly, but you'll never know where you're going. Keep observing, keep listening, and keep asking the simple questions that others overlook. Because every successful venture begins the same way. Not with a product, but with a person, a need, and a story waiting to be solved. And as you grow, remember that customers and markets are not just data points or charts. They are people living, changing, and dreaming just like you. Their needs evolve, their expectations rise, and their problems never truly end. That means, as a technopreneur, your mission never ends either. Innovation is not a single spark. It's a continuous fire that must be nurtured with curiosity and empathy. It's about learning from failure, adapting to change, and finding opportunity where others see limitation. When you listen closely to the market, it speaks. When you listen deeply to your customers, it guides you. That is where true innovation begins, in the space between technology and humanity. So keep creating, keep connecting, and never lose sight of the people you serve. Because the most powerful technology is not the one that amazes, but the one that understands.